Well, hello everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Water Fed Wednesday. We're at episode number 33. We have Ryan DeHoop with us. We'll be talking about the RTM Mini Solar Robot in a little bit. Thanks, Ryan, for joining us.
Yeah, what's happening, Alex?
It's another day in paradise.
Oh yeah.
Before we get started, as always, we like to give a few reminders. This is your first time checking out Waterfed Wednesday. We go live on our Facebook page and our YouTube page and Instagram, but the best place is to catch up on previous episodes is our at our YouTube channel, Tucker underscore USA. You get to catch up on all the previous episodes. So a lot of good stuff there. We even had Ryan, your story as coming up from being a HVAC guy to where you're at now. So
Yep.
definitely check out Ryan's story. It's a good watch.
It's been a journey.
Also on our website, we have our sale going on right now. It's 10% off everything store wide. And for those that are Team Tucker members, you get to save a little extra as well. And you can also get these deals through our dealer network. Got our mug from Dallas Window Cleaning Supplies, one of our great supporters. So if you're in the Dallas area and you want to get some Tucker gear, definitely check them out there. So yeah, Ryan, it's
What
been
you
a-
got for
it's
me?
been a- it's been a bit. We were together a few weeks ago at the huge convention. That
Yep.
was your first convention, right? So
It
the
was.
huge. How was it
Yes.
for you?
It was fun. Yeah, it was a great experience to just be able to see everything that's involved in the industry that we're in, window cleaning, pressure washing. I saw a lot of stuff that might not be what I'm into or what I do, but it actually inspired me and, pushed me to maybe start looking into some other services. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where we announced the RTM Mini. So there's definitely a lot of interest. I know you're standing by the robot a lot during that time, and had Matthew Garcia. Hey, he was there at the booth. Got to hang
Yeah.
out with Matt. It was good times
Yeah.
with Matt for
It was.
sure.
Yeah.
So because of that, and then we had generated a lot of interest since the show. So I thought it'd be a good idea to sit with our solar expert, Ryan, and just go over these. We've got a lot of questions here. No doubt we've been hearing these since we announced this. So if you do have questions, do put it in the chat, and we'll get to those as well. But most likely we'll have them answered here. So, uh, Ryan, you had the chance to be one of the first ones in the U.S. to test the RTM Mini. So, what was your first impressions when you got your hands on it?
Yeah. Honestly, it's a fun little robot. It's very lightweight, it's compact, something that I'm not used to. Right out the box, I'm able to pick it up and just lift it on my own. So I was very impressed with that. It's like I said, it's the lightest robot that I've handled. So that was something I thought would be great for a single user operator. And it was built really well. Just looking at it from the start, there wasn't any electrical components that were exposed or outside. Everything is in its own compartment. So the battery is completely sealed, the components are completely sealed. Even the hose lines, are ran very well. So just less error, less maintenance down the line is kind of what I saw out of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It is definitely unique. I've had a chance to see some other ones last year when I was at the ISCA show. So this does bring some unique features.
Yeah.
Um, so we've obviously this isn't the our Tucker robot made here. We partnered up with Robsys.
Right.
So we're uh, Robsys is partnering with us to for us to bring it into the North and South American areas. So from your perspective, what makes this partnership exciting for the solar panel cleaning professionals here?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a very exciting time for the US market because, it's something that it's solar's everywhere. And regardless of what other people think, competition is always going to be good, right? It drives the industry forward, it drives innovation to happen. So having a heavy hitter like Robsys that has already been established in Turkey, they've already sold numerous hundreds of systems on their own. Getting these two companies that are well established in each of their own industry together for this and to bring a great quality product to the US is something I'm excited for. Like I said, it's just going to drive everyone to be better, for manufacturers alone and R&D and all that stuff. And so that's a good thing. I think it's something the community and industry need for sure.
Yeah, uh, I definitely like your approach there. Having another heavy hitter brings it's going to bring innovation, and I'm seeing obviously this product. This is why we partner up with them. They got some good stuff out there, but hopefully it will raise the industry up for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, having the two companies like Tucker and Robsys come together for this, I'm excited to what it's going to bring and drive for this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So, since you were one of the first ones to run it in the field, can you walk us through what that testing process looked like for you? What really stood out in terms of performance compared to others?
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly, because I have a couple other robots that are from the same manufacturer, and that is a solid unit on its own. You know, you get a lot of Chinese things that you hear about. So, getting a robot that was going to be something that's great quality, we've heard great things about. I was really excited to see what it can do. And my goal was to really try to get it on each layout that would be out in the field. So I wanted to approach the carports. I wanted to approach the commercial rooftops. We don't do a lot of solar farms, but you know, I was trying to get that point of view across, or that feedback, and then also have my technicians who are out in the field use it all the time. I'm less of in the field, but I did get that firsthand experience. I just really wanted my technicians who are out in the field to really get that experience as well. So we were able to get on each of those systems essentially, minus the solar farms. We started with the carport, which is probably one of the scariest and riskiest ones. But it went well, you know,
Yeah,
just learning its patterns. It's learning, you know, it's always a learning curve, but it's been great to be able to get it on all those and have my technicians really get the feel too. They've said it's been really user friendly for them, no issues, kind of just getting into it, not knowing what you're, you know, running into, and just going full blast with it.
yeah. Hey, a good friend Manny from Puerto Rico's here.
Yes. What's up, Manny?
Thanks, thanks, thanks for chiming in.
Yes, absolutely.
Phil has a question. Do you think it's too small for a solar farm?
Well, it could be used. You know, it's all about where you're at in your business and looking to scale up, right? I think this is a great unit to scale up when you're coming from a manual or a rotary standpoint and you're looking to get bigger. And it's that it wouldn't have an issue doing that. But again, it comes down to efficiency and time, right? So that's mainly what it is. This robot is a great compact unit. It can get it done. It's just more about how long you got to take these projects and to get
Sure,
them done.
and
Yeah.
it's one of their products that were
Right.
started off with. Obviously, we wanted uh, w- for the entry. I don't want to say entry level, but like you were talking about earlier, just a one man show, maybe lightweight, right? Smaller. They do have
Right.
a pro version. They have things with it. They're called YTM's, so they're actually. Uh, they stay on the panels and they dock there and they'll go
Right.
across
Okay.
um and they'll have even like little bridges in between so they can keep going across a whole bunch of rows. So this is just an entry into it, but so there'll be more from Ropes down the line
Yes.
for sure.
Exactly. So it just kind of goes to any tool. You know, you're not going to use one tool for everything. So
Right.
it's good example.
So yeah, let's get into productivity gains. The RTM Mini is set to clean up to 1 megawatts of panels a day. Based on your experience, how does that compare to what the crews are actually doing, or
Yeah.
compare it
Well.
against manual work?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It's honestly, it's there's no comparison. It's night and day. If you really kind of want to come from a manual labor standpoint, I would at least say 50% of it's cut in half. You're going from manually. We used to clean a system that was about 4,200 panels, and we did it manually. We didn't even do it with the rotary brush. It was a crew of 3 guys. It took us about a week, a good 4 or 5 days of making sure we were rinsing them, making sure we had someone scrubbing them, making sure that they're fine. So there's no comparison. When you talk about the labor intrusive practices that are on your body over time, and pushing that brush for weeks on end and 8 to 10 hours a day, it can be really overbearing on your body and your crew. So it was a big opportunity just for robot owners to really help your crew out with those kind of situations, and have more productivity and efficiency with it for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. You can see how it is night and day.
Yeah. I mean, anything's possible, but it didn't take me long to realize there's other options that you can do
Yeah.
these things, right? I mean, there's guys that can get away with the rotary brush and cleaning carports. It's nothing that you can't do. It's just about where you want to scale and how efficient you want to be,
Yeah. Very
for
good
sure.
points. So let's go into like the portability and the ease of use. So we talked about it before, but the robot only weighs about 62 pounds,
Yep.
and it's battery powered with remote control. So from your testing, how practical is it to transport, set up, operate? So in those real world scenarios, job
Sure.
sites.
Sure. It's been fairly nice, honestly, to be able to have a smaller robot and kind of transport it a little easier. We right now, my team doesn't have a bigger truck. It's just a little Ford Ranger compact pickup. So I'm pretty limited to what I can always carry and everything. So it's been nice to be able to put that robot in there with the stand that it comes with, and have it elevated and strap it down. And then also, whether it's our truck rig that we have for the filter system, or we've been carrying along our new compact RO Tucker system, and so RODI. And so that's been nice. We've been able to carry a few 100 feet of hose, carry our filter and our booster pump, carry the robot as well. So in terms of practicality, it's been good. It really comes down to every job site and how you are going to get these things up to certain rooftops, and how you want to get them on carports. Um, just like any other project, you have to all keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Manual. Yeah.
To back to what we were saying before,
Sure.
about scaling and stuff, but yeah, definitely comes down to safety and efficiency for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's another selling point we'll get into. But these robots, it's a much safer method than having people just constantly cleaning these panels, being right close and center to them. At some point, you're able to be away and not have any contact with these solar panels, with yourself included.
Yeah, that is a good point. Because sometimes people, like when I got into solar, you didn't think of those things, like uh getting shocked from them. You just
Yeah.
like I, I don't know how I didn't think of that, but yeah, I got a water fed pole. Just go squirt some water on it, scrub it.
Probably about
There's a
the,
lot of things. So
yeah.
that's a good absolute good point.
Yeah.
Uh, Manuel said he has some ideas for your Ranger there, so he'll
Cool.
get with
Yep.
you.
Yep. I will. I'll send anyway.
Uh, Talking about safety and uh, and panel protection. So it has this really cool feature on it, like gap detection, and so it's easier to navigate. Do you get to see those things in action? How confident would you say your operators can be with these systems, like being feel safe with it?
Right. Right. Well, coming from firsthand experience, I 100% know what it's like to have a robot fall off the side of a
Mm.
carport,
Oof.
and have your 40,000, $40,000 investment look in your eyes as it's falling. And it's not a pretty thing. So make sure you guys get insurance, guys. But yeah, it's definitely it's just like what we talk about in safety, 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 right? It's another layer of protection. And so essentially for your equipment. So, any extra safety measures that you can get, or that are automatically built into something that you're going to have, I'm a huge advocate for it. We did get to use that again on the carport system. So it didn't cause any problem with daily use operation in terms of going over a couple inches on a solar panel. You know, you were able to still do those. It has a pretty big threshold to where it's going to stop before that thing even gets close to tilting over. So whether you're using the cruise control option that it has, whether you're just doing it fully at your own measures, it's going to override and stop before it can ever have that issue. So I think even for my technicians, it's a great deal because the guy that I had that had it fall off the side of the carport, of course, he's going to have some hesitation as a robot operator down the line, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's a big assurance to have it for your team, for liability of your own equipment, and even for, again, for someone that may be down below that is
Mm.
happen to walk by that hits that goes under your cones, or because it happens all the time, we get cars that want to just park wherever they want under a carport. Even if we block
Yeah.
it off, they'll go right through the tape, and
Yeah.
god forbid that something tips over, a robot lands on someone. So it's a great feature to have for sure, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
You just called to mind where I would just doing window cleaning, coning stuff off in downtown, and people are just doing this number and walk right into all that area,
Yeah,
walking my ladders. So yeah,
yeah,
that'd be a scary thing.
right.
But it's
I've
good.
had cars
This
just run right into our tape and just park. Okay.
yeah, I had someone run over my hose and park on it, so that was great.
Yeah, right.
So from a contractor's perspective, what kind of ROI potential do you see? Um, do you think that this changes the game for companies um, doing large scale solar cleaning?
I think it does. You know, there's a lot of opportunities and things that can come from these robot units. For one, you know, it's got massive potential in the fact that, again, a lot of the things we already touched bases on, the efficiency, the safety, all of these things you want to promote to your customers too, right? You want to make sure that you are telling them that you got the safest tool out in the market that's not going to have your crew get hurt on site. You're going to have the safest tool on the market that's not going to damage their panels. You know, this is a piece of equipment that has been designed for this reason, right? The content creation that you get out of it, you know, you can easily, if you do it right, you should be able to win jobs just off the content you use with these robots, or using it as your value point, right? It is by far a unique selling point when you're trying to approach these contracts and commercial jobs, for sure.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
yeah.
Um, where do you think the mini the RTM mini shines the most in these job types that we talked about, whether it's farms, commercial rooftops, carports? What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I like that just being based off of the gap detection it has and its lightweight portability. I would say first and foremost the carports, because you're going to want to use that gap detection on those particular setups. You know, you might not use that on a rooftop, but also it's great for commercial rooftops, right? It's a lot easier to manage getting it up on a rooftop. You still got to do your diligence on how you're going to get it up there, but it's easier to manage. It's all one piece. You know, there's not multiple pieces that you have to plug together and everything like that. Again, it's going to have limitations, right? You're not expecting it to clean like the Pro would. It's not going to go down a row and clean the panels at one pass. It's not made for that. It wasn't intended for that. So I think for what you're getting at its size, its portability, I think it's great for the carports. And I would say, honestly, for something from a couple hundred panels to a few thousand panels. You know, we've already tested that out in the field. We did a commercial rooftop where I think it did probably about 5,000 panels on its own. So it's not to say it can't do larger scale projects. It's just, again, it's a mini. So it's nice that it's able to get to these 1 megawatt jobs, or a little smaller than that for sure.
Yeah, cool. So we obviously, if you head over to tuckerusa.com and go check these out, we have the robot obviously available by itself, but we also have some kits, the H2 Pro or the Max Output systems. So how does this make it easier for contractors?
Man, I mean, it's a no-brainer to be honest. I don't know why I didn't think about this. That us as Tucker filtration systems that we create, and pairing it with a robot. When Sean mentioned that we'd be making these in kits, of course, that's probably the most exciting thing that I like about all of this right now is, of course, that it is a new robot that we're introduced, or a new product of ours, but that you're able to get everything right off the bat. You're getting a full, one of our better top of the line workhorses when it comes to the H2 Pro or the max output. I mean,
Right.
you're going to be able to do multiple users, commercial properties, multiple levels when it comes to window or solar cleaning as it is. So now you pair that with one of these robots. I mean, you're off to the races. You know, you hopefully have a couple good contracts ready to roll. But in terms of being able to get a kit that's going to supply you the adequate amount of water flow and everything like that for a long lasting amount of time that you're going to get this pure water. I'm excited. I hope that people take advantage of being able to get everything all together, you know, and a company that stands behind what they make, right?
Yeah.
Tucker's adding another 1 year warranty onto this robot, guys. So, and gals, this is something that, you know, if we didn't feel we didn't stand behind this product, we wouldn't be doing that. So,
Yeah.
and same goes with all of our warranties for our Tucker line too.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what stood out about, especially when I first got wind of robots, is the if you compare it to, say, the rotary brushes, you can use the robot with
Yeah.
a purification system, and
Right.
really you don't have to have a buffer tank or pressure washer, because with the rotary, if you're it, it requires a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah.
How does that compare? I know that maybe wasn't
Yeah.
a
No.
little off script, but how does that compare with
Yeah, for
setup?
sure. I mean, that's actually one of the kind of bigger questions now that solar and filtration systems are coming around. That, you know, these rotary brushes, you got some really large scale commercial brushes that are nice, really a high quality line, but most of them are taking a pressure washer to operate this. They're water driven. So the water pressure is actually rotating these brushes. So it takes a lot more volume of water at a faster rate to supply those brushes, right? You're not just supplying pure water, you're now powering a brush. So this gives it the opportunity, like you said, to where I have my max output and we're running multiple. I'm running 2 robots. I've done that in the past, and I did it with the Robsys and another one of our robots. So the GPMs that you need are close to 1.3, around that range. So it's not a huge amount. Our products like the H2 Pro is going to give you that amount. The max output is going to give you plenty for multiple
Yeah.
robots. So yeah, it's a different ball game, and it really just comes down to what you want to do, right? Do you already have a skid mount? Do you want to look into the pressure washer? And so really do your homework. But it's a great kit to be able to, again, not need that buffer tank. I mean, we have our max output. It plugs up right into it, and we're able to control the flow and the volume with no problem.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's really awesome. And to me, it's you can get more done with it. Like you were saying, and then less chance of things. You have less things to worry about. I mean, I know things go wrong with pressure washers all the time.
Yeah.
So it
Right.
seems like a little more easier of a setup. Um,
Yeah.
had And then Sean was chiming in here, saw it earlier, so just want to thanks boss for checking in.
Yes, sir.
Such a great product and opportunity. Excited to be involved with the project. So this is a great opportunity, and I think we did it right with Robsys for sure. Talking about getting these in bundles, and uh, so obviously next step, people are probably wondering what are options out there for buying. So Ryan, do we have any financing options? Oh, looks like we lost Ryan. So yes, we do. We do have some options for you over on our website. We have obviously um, traditional banking type. So, First Citizens Bank is one of the partners we have. So, if you have an established business credit, we can uh, connect you with that. And I think we'll get Ryan back on the stage. Here we are. So, Ryan, I was just explaining we do have First Citizens Bank. It's one of those traditional type bank lending. Obviously, if you don't have any dealings with personal banking, but what are some other options? We kind of went over this the other day.
Yeah, one of the big things that I like to mention is we have what's called ShopPay. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that through other websites or whatever. It could be Affirm, it could be Sezzle or any of those things, but makes it really gives you the options. It's based on some history, but it gives you a real quick connection to getting the possibility of some interest-free payments on a lot of our products. It's all just connecting the debit card and setting up.
It's breaking up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Test. I think we got you back now. Maybe. Nope. What Ryan was mentioning, we do have the shop pay option, so it's something you can definitely check out. It gives you some options to have interest-free payments over 4 months, and then I'll have other options after that if you aren't able to do or finish it off in 4 months. So we do definitely have some options to offer up. And we'll have Ryan back when hopefully he can get his audio going again. Something we can chat about while he is trying to get that situated. And we're all are approaching the end of this episode anyways. Ryan will be, oh, here he is again.
I think it's still pretty bad though, huh? Can you hear me?
You can hear you now. So Ryan, and we can test this out. So you've been obviously in this industry for a long time. So where do you see the robots, like the Mini, becoming a standard tool for solar cleaning in the future?
Yeah, I think it's kind of bad. At least how does it sound? I think we're still getting some difficulties.
Oh, it's not working anymore. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
It's all good. So definitely, I think this is definitely the future. Using equipment like the Mini. We had a chance to sit down with the makers with Robsys, and there's definitely uh, plenty of solar out there. And we know that over in Turkey, they have maybe a fifth of the panels out there, but they're really putting those out there. I think they have over 500 robots out into the field. So definitely a strong potential in the U.S. market to utilize this to get these panels out there clean, because we see a large amount of investment going into solar in the next few years. Right now, they're not thinking about cleaning, but definitely will be great opportunities into the future. I want to point out that Ryan in November, along with Sean, will be over at the ISCA convention, the Solar Panel Convention. It's a 3-day event coming up. So I think it starts at November the 12th. So we're definitely, if you are wanting to get an opportunity to see the robots, we'll have the Mini, and I believe maybe another line right there. Let's see.
Better?
Okay. Oh man, amazing. So Ryan, I was just talking about the convention.
Okay.
3 days. We'll have obviously the Mini there. You're going to be there. Can you tell us what you're going to do out there?
Yeah, super excited for that. It'll be the thing that we can get some eyes on this robot itself, maybe some other cool, exciting things down the line. But I will be there to help Steve and Iska with a robot panel discussion. So it's actually going to be something I think the industry needs, especially about where we're getting to these situations with a lot of robot activity. So it should be a cool, interesting panel to see a few of the robots out there and some of the operators of those different robots.
Yeah. So I strongly encourage everyone to check it out. Obviously, it's going to be major focus on safety there, and I think if you're thinking about solar panel cleaning, you definitely should educate yourself on all the things related to solar, and that's going to be a great opportunity. So it's going to be out in Henderson, basically Las Vegas. Um, like I said, it's a 3-day convention in November. So I forget the website. If Steve was here, we'll probably have Steve on as we get closer to talk more about the ISCA, but definitely highly recommend it. You could see Ryan and Sean, and there you'll even have an opportunity to get hands on with the robot there. Real quick before we wrap this up, I was asking a question, I answered it, but I want to get it from a solar panel cleaning expert, not
All right.
just the guy that manufactures the equipment. But so, where do you see the robots like the Mini becoming? Do you see it becoming like a standard tool in the future?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's because it is more of a baseline mini robot. Or in terms of a mini robot, I think it's a great addition as you're scaling up. That it might be one of the first robot purchases, right? You don't necessarily want to get into maybe a bigger robot that is just more investments. It's more stuff down the line. So I think this is a great opportunity for Robsys to really get into the U.S. market. I think it's going to do very well. I think, the U.S. market is just something that we're trying to tap into when it comes to robots. In the Euro countries, they're everywhere. So that's more of our task, and educating customers is being able to get that stuff, across conveyed to these customers. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to do very well once we get the ball rolling and some traction going. Maybe we got some difficulties on Alex end, my end. I see a happy Alex on my side. No. Testing, testing.